Hey guys, welcome to Neat Movie News. My name is Dean Thomas, and for to my knowledge, the first time in movie history, we've got an R-rated animated movie in Sausage Party from the guys that brought you This Is the End, Super Bad. So Seth Rogen, James Franco, Michael Cera, that group of guys brings us this animated movie that is R-rated, and when I tell you it's R-rated, this thing pushes every boundary that has ever existed. If there's any line you think this movie won't cross, believe me, they are going to cross it. This movie is so crude. The things and places this movie goes is absolutely ridiculous. But I think it's something this movie had to do because if you're going to go see an R-rated movie about food that can talk, you probably needed to go a little bit crazy because otherwise it's probably going to fall flat. I mean, this movie, the amount of f bombs they drop, the amount of just disturbing things they show, the innuendos they use, it is just absolutely mind blowing at times. This movie is completely over the top crazy, but extremely funny at the same time. Now, I would say if you have to like Seth Rogen and their sort of humor in order to like this movie for sure. But I think a lot of people will find this movie extremely funny. I mean, the basic premise is food think that they want to be bought and they want to be taken home by the gods, which are humans, because I think that's what their destiny is. That's what they want to happen. And come to find out that maybe it is the worst possible thing that could ever possibly happen is to be eaten by humans. And I mean, this movie is so creative and so imaginative with what it does and how the food works and the personalities of food and the way different cultures are implemented onto a certain food. It's so creative, so offensive almost at times, but I mean, you're never like actually offended by it. At least I wasn't personally, because they go very heavily with stereotypes on certain foods and other things like that. But I don't know, it's so crazy. You almost can't believe what you're watching at times. You will turn to the person next to you, if it's your friend or whatever, and just be like, "What am I watching right now?" Now, the movie I think starts off great. There's so many great moments in this movie that will make you just laugh out loud. Like I said, you won't believe what you're seeing. Then there's times where the movie drags just a little bit. I was always entertained. I was definitely always entertained by it. But there were some times where the jokes would drag or they wouldn't hit. Maybe they're kind of just like low hanging jokes that you're like, okay, well, anybody could have come up with that. But it's when this movie uses the imagination, the creativity, when it really gets rolling, and it will have you laughing for a long period of time because the voice cast is also great. Seth Rogen, Kristen Wiig's in there, but my favorite is probably Michael Cera as Barry, kind of the deformed little hot dog you see in the trailer. I mean, I don't know that Michael Cera for sure. His voice was so perfect for this. It also gets me really excited from the voice Robin in the Lego Batman movie because his voiceover work is really, really good. I don't know this movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. Now I will say, comedies never hit me the way other movies hit me. Like for comedic purposes, I'd rather get entertained by something else than a movie always per se. And this kind of humor, while I find it funny, gets a little old to me, and I don't. It's not my favorite type of humor, the really crude stuff necessarily. So that's just a personally for me where maybe I didn't love the movie as some of my friends really seem to enjoy this. I gotta say though, the price of the ticket is honestly is worth it just for the ending of this movie alone. The ending, you will not. I don't know. Some my friends had a hard time breathing at times, and at the point where I got laughing so hard just because they were laughing so hard. Because this ending is, I don't even. I'm not gonna spoil it. That's for sure. Because you won't believe what you're seeing. That's all I will say is the ending is well worth it. But like I said, I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. I found it really funny. I thought it lived up to the trailers, which I thought would be really hard to do because those Red Band trailers were hilarious with like the Saving Private Ryan imagery going on. And I will say the trailer does not give away much of this movie at all. There is a lot more to be seen. I avoided all the TV spots, so I can't say if you've watched all of those if they gave away too much. But overall, just a couple of Red Band trailers did not give away some of the greatest jokes in this movie. So for me, if I'm going to score this thing, Sausage Party, I'm going to give it a 77%. I really enjoyed watching it. It's so creative, it's so original and unique. The animation is really cool. Just for me, it dragged a little bit. I mean, it was entertaining, but it would drag at times. Some of the jokes didn't always work, or they would be really kind of just like low hanging fruit sort of jokes. But overall, I really enjoyed it. This isn't necessarily my kind of humor at all times. I got a little overwhelming, I guess, maybe, just because it was so much swearing and so much crude humor that I got a little just, I don't know, got a little old to me. But overall, I think this is a really funny movie, and I think if you're a fan of this kind of humor, you are going to really enjoy this movie. And like I said, this ending is one of the craziest endings you'll ever see in a movie. That's all I'm going to say. So for me, Sausage Party is a 77%. Definitely a fun and enjoyable movie this summer. So hopefully you guys go out and check it out. And let me know. Come back to this video if you've already seen it. Let me know what you think of it, because I could see this being a very divisive movie, because like I said, there's could be some offense taken to some of the jokes. It is so crude, it's so crazy and over the top. I'd love to hear from you guys. And make sure you're following me on Twitter at NateMovieNews for all the latest in the world of movies. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you back here next time.